Coming off his 20th 100-yard rushing game at Georgia, Nick Chubb will reach the 4,000-yard career mark with another one. Actually, he needs just 96 after rushing for 109 yards on 16 carries at Tennessee. He is now tied for second in the SEC in rushing. The game features two of the top 17 rushers in SEC history. Chubb is currently 10th with 3,904 and Vanderbilt's Ralph Webb is 17th with 3,540. Chubb is averaging just 2.6 yards per carry this season with a long run of 11. Vanderbilt is last in the SEC in total offense, 285.2, 121st nationally, and scoring, 21.6. The Commodores mustered just 78 yards of total offense in a 59-0 shutout by Alabama 2 weeks ago. C.J. Duncan leads the Commodores with 18 catches for 176 yards. Jake Fromm was working as the #1 quarterback in practice this week and seems likely to start for the 5th straight game as Jacob Eason continues to work his way back from a left knee injury. Fromm is 4th in the SEC in pass efficiency and is completing 59.5% of his passes with 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Will there be a plan to get Eason quality first-half reps if Fromm starts? Georgia is 118th in the nation in passing offense, 149.6, but is relying heavily on a ground game that is 21st nationally at 237.4 yards an outing. Wideout Jaden Wims is 9th in the SEC at 17.9 yards per catch. Vanderbilt quarterback Kyle Shermer is 11-12 as a starter. Left tackle Justin School will be tested by Georgia's edge rushers Lorenzo Carter and Davin Bellamy. Defense edge, Georgia. Vanderbilt outside linebacker Charles Wright has in SEC high 6 sacks. Georgia fans are happy that linebacker Zach Cunningham is now with the Houston Texans after his big game and pivotal 4th down tackle in the Commodores' upset last year. Vanderbilt cornerback Trey Herndon could return this week after missing last week with an injury. Georgia will be without offensive tackle Trenton Thompson due to sprained MCL and is expected to be missing starting inside linebacker Natras Patrick after an arrest on a marijuana charge late Thursday. Inside linebacker Reggie Carter is likely out with an undisclosed injury. The Bulldogs are 11th nationally in run defense at 90.4 yards per game. They have given up 4 touchdowns this season. Tennessee, Ole Miss, Texas A&M and Missouri have each yielded at least 4 times that many. Inside linebacker Roquan Smith has a team-high 38 tackles. Lorenzo Carter leads the SEC with 3 fumble recoveries. Vanderbilt has had all kind of trouble stopping the run lately and is surrendering 204.6 yards per game, 107th nationally, with poor tackling at culprit. The Commodores are 6th against the pass at 143.2. Vanderbilt has 5 interceptions this season, while Georgia has 4, with all coming in the last 2 games. Special teams edge, Georgia. Georgia's Rodrigo Blankenship is 5 of 6 on field goals with a long of 49. Vanderbilt's Tommy Openshaw is 1 of 3 with his field goal from 42 yards after going 15 of 19 last season. Vanderbilt is 13th in the SEC in net punting at 35.8. Sam Lowe employs a rugby style and averages 39.8 yards per punt. Georgia's Cameron Nazarek averages 42.6. Georgia's Mecole Hardman averages 9.4 yards on punt returns and 28.0 on kickoff returns. Coaching edge, Georgia. Georgia coach Kirby Smart is 13-5 overall in his 2nd season and 6-4 in the SEC. Vanderbilt's Derek Mason is 16-26 in his 4th season and 5-21 in the SEC. He is 1-1 against Georgia, including a win last season. Mason serves as his own defensive coordinator. Intangibles, Vanderbilt. This category could go either way depending on the mindset of the teams. Vanderbilt is playing a 4th straight ranked opponent for the first time in program history. Georgia is coming off back-to-back routes of Mississippi State and Tennessee. Can they maintain their intensity once again? An early start in Nashville could make it hard to be jacked up. Overall edge, Georgia. Vanderbilt was getting some top 25 consideration after starting 3-0 and upsetting Kansas State, but it was throttled by Alabama and lost 38-24 at Florida last week. Look for the Commodores to remain winless in the SEC. Georgia is playing at too high a level lately and has shown no sign of let-up and is 2-0 in road games. The Commodores could keep things interesting if Shimmer hits some downfield passes, but Georgia's run game should be too much for the Commodores to keep up.